DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky beat. Hey, what is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of the Mixin Vixens. Hi, my name is Emily, also known as mlNikon. Let's say hello to our other wonderful Vixens. First up, we've got the lovely Lumi. Hi, Lumi.
Hey.
Hello, hello. And we've got Rin. Hi, Rin.
Hi.
How's it going?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh.
And last but not least, we've got the TheJuiceFairy, Jennifer Winstead.
If I could unmute myself, I can talk. Hey guys.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
How the heck is everyone?
Good. Had a
How's
good
everyone's
weekend.
weekend?
Good weekend watching movies. I finally decided to go ahead and buy the Black Widow movie. I had to. I was waiting for it to come off of Disney Plus first views, whatever it was, because they messed up, and she sued them. So she won, and now it's just on Amazon. You buy it on Amazon or on Hulu or something like that. So she
Is it
won her
good?
lawsuit. So now that it's not on Disney anymore, I went in and rented it. And I'm a Marvel nut.
Yeah, I like Marvel.
I watch them to go to sleep. So now that I watched it last night, I get to watch it whenever I want to. I just add it to my watch list.
Nice. How was your weekend, Rin?
That's good.
Good. Lumi, how was your weekend?
Kind of just been doing like me time. I
Nothing
kind of
wrong with that.
I played a hooky and I didn't stream like my normal days last week towards the end. Like I got all dressed up, I'd sit down at my computer, get ready to stream, and then I'd just be like, no.
Nah.
So I've just been having some me time and just living my little hermit life a little bit more to its fullest. If anybody comes towards my door, I just like start outreaching my hands and start slapping away, just like.
Nice. All right. Well, as you guys can see from the picture there in the corner, the profile this week was these delicious looking cupcakes with little cute little Teddy Grahams on them. I was super excited for this profile because it's just like right up my alley. Did you guys enjoy mixing this up or messing around with it?
Yeah, I decided to go warm with mine. So I had to do something different.
Yeah.
I made it. I pondered it. I was sending out messages while I was doing it because I had like the idea of which flavors I was going to do. So I was just like, we got to get some Wonder Flavors, Nom Noms. We got to get some Triple O's Mouth Explosion. So in my head, I know what all of these are, but I'm sitting there typing them out to the group that I'm in. And then I mixed it.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, go ahead.
There's a method to her madness.
Yeah. Oh, there always is. I'm sure. This is one of those profiles that, like, as soon as I saw the picture, because I'm the one who picked it for this month, I like knew what I wanted it to taste like. I just, you know, it was just one of those things. Okay, I know what I want this to taste like. How do I do it? And so like I had a really good time, hard time. I did 3 or 4 different versions. None of them taste like what's in my head. However, they all tasted amazing.
Yeah, that sucks. You have a
So
specific
it's like,
flavor
it's
profile
not
in
what I
your head.
wanted, but they're still really good, and I don't want to do another 3 or 4 versions. So I had the tough choice of picking the best of the ones that do taste good, even though they don't taste like they were in my head. So, but it was fun. I really, this profile is kind of like my favorite thing to vape, but you know, bakeries, and I love graham cracker, and you know, anything sugary.
How about you, Rin? Did you have fun mixing it?
I wouldn't say fun, but it was interesting. It was, I kind of had a Emily situation where I had a specific thing in my head and it wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
But
And that can be frustrating.
yeah.
I
You know,
think
especially-
cupcakes in general are frustrating. I hate cupcakes.
Well, especially for us who, you know, we've been mixing for so long, we think we should know what flavors to use to get the flavor we want in our head. You know, and when that doesn't turn out quite that right, it's like,
Well, the good thing is I had no idea what I wanted mine to taste like, and I just mixed it till it tasted good.
Yeah, I love doing bakeries, but like I swear for some reason, and I can do cakes, which is hilarious because cakes are so close to cupcakes.
they're the same thing. It's just a different size. And you
But
can't
every
tell
time I go
size
for a
and weight.
cupcake, I do worse than I do when I'm just going for a cake, I swear. And I'm determined to nail it at some
I was gonna say,
point.
so why don't you just go for a cake and call it a cupcake? Because
It's
there's
the
no
frosting,
difference.
I think, because cupcakes just have such an
Yeah,
absurd
the
amount of
frosting to
frosting
cake
on top of
ratio
them.
is, you're right. No, that's right. The frosting
You're
to
exactly
cake
right about
ratio
that.
is
When I
what
make a
makes
cupcake, it is a lot sweeter than when I make a cake.
I'm the weirdo that takes the toppings off of cupcakes with a little knife and I just go, beep, and I
do
eat
too.
it. I can't handle that much sweetness in my
You
mouth.
are a weirdo.
I don't eat the frosting on a cupcake, but I'll eat it on a cake.
What is wrong with you guys? That's the best part.
Mm-mm.
No, it's so sweet and sugary. Like it just feels like you're putting
Use-
it feels like you're putting the beatus in your mouth.
Uh-huh.
It's like the first thing you get is all that frosting. Whereas if you got a slice of cake, you can take a piece of the cake and then a little bit of the frosting and you choose how much, but you can't help but get a big mouthful of frosting on a cupcake.
Well, either way, I'm going first this week because once again, I semi-failed. So I'll let you guys do the good stuff after me.
All right. Sure.
All right. So even because I was just trying shit. I was just trying to yep. So I'm going to read it in the order that I did this because I did this kind of interestingly to see if I'd get any kind of a different result, and I didn't test the other option to it. So what I did was I put a little bit of my VG and PG into the bottle, and then I put the graham cracker in, and then I squiggled it around quite a bit, and then I started working on the frosting, which I used, well, I guess I should say graham cracker by Flavora at 0.97. And to kind of give it a little bit more oomph, I added sugar cookie super concentrate wonder flavors at 0.17. So I added those two first, and I squiggled it around. And then I added marshmallow vanilla 1-on-1, 0.97, marshmallow gooey wonder flavors 0.57, and French vanilla thick 0.67. And then I squiggled it around again. And then I added the Philadelphia butter cake super concentrate wonder flavors at 1.97. So where I went wrong with this, but the reason why I didn't fix it was I can be blind to some bakery notes, even though I love them. And for some reason, the graham cracker is super forward in this, but I love it. So I'm just like, Teddy Grahams. So maybe if I lowered the graham cracker, but I love Flavora's graham cracker so much. I didn't want to mess with it just because I'm the kind of person, if I like it, I'm sticking with it. I'm not, if I have an issue with it, that's when you get the V2, the V3. But
if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? And Flavora is a really good graham cracker.
I absolutely love Flavora's graham cracker. And for this, it kind of, the cupcake might be a little, the Philadelphia cake might be a little too low, or maybe I could have lowered everything else. But the graham crackers forward, there's like a creamy note in the background. I was going more for like a fluff note. I didn't really know how to get the fluff note nailed because for some reason all of our marshmallows taste like mouthfeel and not very fluffy. And then I thought about adding FA meringue to it, but then I was just like, that's too many flavors. I'm not trying to verify it. 6 is already pushing it. So I just left the FA meringue out, and I was just like, I hope it tastes like fluff. It doesn't really taste like fluff. It just get the creamy mouthfeel behind the graham cracker. Right?
Like that voluminous frosting mouthfeel, you know.
And so at some point I'll have to make it my mission to go for an actual fluff flavor because I don't know. Go with marshmallow gooey wonder flavors. I thought that was going to be my golden ticket.
It looks really good.
Maybe it is after a couple days steep.
No.
It's definitely on my mix list, but I will be steeping it for sure. Because that Philadelphia butter cake is good, but like right away it's a little sharp. You know what I mean? Like it's got like a little bit of brightness to it, but if you let it steep, it mellows out and it turns into this delicious, rich butter cake. So, yeah, it looks good, Lumi.
Yeah, I like it. It's yummy. I'm happy. I wish I got a little bit more of the fluff note and maybe pulled the Philadelphia cake out a little bit more, but that graham cracker tastes so much better than I anticipated. So I was like, I'm not touching that. I love this graham cracker.
That graham cracker is a little darker too, you know, like it's got some warmth to it.
And even I thought about doing Silverline cinnamon sugar with it because I really like the Teddy Grahams that are cinnamon sugar.
That's where Capella graham cracker, just a bit of that on top of the Flavora would have come in because Capella graham cracker has that, you know, that spice, that cinnamony note to it.
But that's the thing, like I still get that where I want it to be, but I'm also really sensitive to like a cinnamon note. So like I swear it's in here. There's definitely a cinnamon sugar note already in here. Mm-hmm. So to the person that's not sensitive to it, they might be like, what's that? But for me, it's like, hi.
Okay, cool. Very nice. Yeah, this looks good. Thank you for sharing. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
All right.
So I tried to do the Capella graham cracker thing, and even at 0.25%, I couldn't do it. I was getting a little bit of that red hots. I don't know why, but yeah, I didn't do it.
I almost did too, but didn't do it. But we'll get to that when we cover mine.
Yeah, because I also really enjoy the cinnamon Teddy Grahams. Those are really great. Those are my favorite. So that's what I was aiming for. So I used 0.5% of Flavor West graham cracker paired with 0.25% of Capella cinnamon sugar. Because for some reason, even though they're both made by Capella, I can do the cinnamon sugar from them, but I can't really do anything else that they have with cinnamon in it. Like I don't like their cinnamon Danish swirl. I don't like their graham cracker.
The graham cracker and the cinnamon Danish swirl are both like kind of brighter, thinner cinnamons, whereas the cinnamon sugar is like a deeper, thicker, like bakery cinnamon, you know?
Yeah. So that's where I went with that to get the Teddy Graham action. And then I did Flavora frosting at 0.25% with 0.75 Flavor Art marshmallow and 0.25 Flavora marshmallow vanilla.
Oh,
Because I like the Flavora marshmallow vanilla because it has like the outer part of the marshmallow where it's kind of powdery and also has a nice vanilla note. And the Flavor Art marshmallow gives it the body that I feel like the Flavora is missing. And then the frosting is just to add more frosting note because with the marshmallow alone, it just wasn't enough. And then I did 1.25 jungle flavors yellow cake for the cupcake part.
Cool.
And that's it.
I like that Flavora marshmallow vanilla is a really good.
I like the flavor of frosting. I probably should have tried that one with a little bit
I
of
can't believe I forgot about that marshmallow vanilla.
I know.
with Flavor Arts marzipan. I think I said meringue earlier. I meant marzipan.
Yeah, I find the Flavora frosting is nice because it doesn't have any extra stuff in it. Like I love the Vape Train frostings, but they both have like butter notes to them, which I didn't really want here.
Right.
So the Flavora frosting just gives it a nondescript frosting note without extra stuff on it. Because I wanted the marshmallow to still be prominent. Yeah.
I think the frosting is kind of where I went wrong. Where in my head I was picturing like a bright artificial vanilla, like that real sweet frosting,
Like fluff.
Yeah, and couldn't quite get it, but I didn't use Flavora frosting.
Right? I'm kicking myself in the ass for that. And the worst part is the reason why I was in my Flavora section to begin with was I knocked over my whole entire Flavora rack. So I was putting up each flavor individually and I missed it.
Yeah, I just totally didn't remember it.
Flavor West graham cracker is my all-time like favorite graham cracker.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
And all you need is you see 0.5% and you're thinking, wow, that's pretty low for Flavor West. But for graham cracker, if like that's all you need if you want it to be an accent, which is it is here, right?
Yeah.
It's not a graham cracker vape, it's a cupcake with graham cracker, on it.
Yeah.
Because it'll take over your mix because it's a strong flavor.
Especially with steep.
Yeah.
I had never tried it until you guys raved about it. I remember you and Jen both were like, it's such a good flavor. And I'm like, well, I've never tried it. So I grabbed it and it is good. So
yeah, it's like the most like the purest, like most authentic like graham crackers as far as like vape, flavor out there, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I could vape it up solo if I had to. No need in doing that, but you can.
You can if you want to, for sure.
Yeah.
The very full, well-rounded flavor.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm a little disappointed in the Capella graham because I really thought I had something and I didn't.
Yeah. Well, and I've seen people use Capella graham cracker very successfully. In fact, Sam, I don't know if he's watching, but I think his graham hefe or whatever mix uses it in another graham cracker, and I love that vape. It's really good. And I'm like, so right away, my first two, that's why I did 3 or 4 versions, because my first couple versions had Capella in it, because I'm like, this was really good in this vape, so I bet it's gonna be just as good in mine, and it wasn't. It wasn't at all. But I guess since I already kind of started talking about it, I guess I'll go next. So mine turned out to be a 4-3-2-1, which was on complete accident. I wasn't trying for it at all. But I did Birthday Cake by Flavor West at 4% because it's a really sweet cake. And cupcakes, we already talked about this. Cupcakes are sweeter. So I wanted that to be my main cake note. And then for the frosting, I did vanilla cupcake at 3%. It's a good bright frosting vanilla, and it's got it's a frosting heavy cupcake flavor, so I like using that. And then for the graham cracker, I did 1% Flavor West graham cracker. I wanted it to be a little more graham cracker heavy than Rin's, just because I enjoy graham cracker flavored like vapes, and I wanted it to be a little bit stronger. kind of be the spotlight of the thing, so to speak. And then for the marshmallow, I went with 2% one-on-one marshmallow vanilla. Because A, I forgot about Favora marshmallow vanilla. And B, it's a good flavor. They're very similar. One-on-one is just, it's a nice fluffy marshmallow flavor. I really enjoy. So that's my mix. Pretty simple, but very tasty. I've been enjoying all three versions. Like I said, I couldn't decide of the three, which ones to use. I will say though, because someone had already mentioned in chat that they had mixed it up. One thing I did not put on here that I did put in my mix was super sweet. Add some super sweet to this. Not super sweet, sweetener like sucralose. If you have Flavor West sweetener or E-cig's brand sweetener, like just a straight sucralose, add some of that to it and it'll make it better. But I very rarely will put sweetener in the actual recipe, like written out, because I kind of use it like salt. Like if you want to add it, you can add it however much to your desire, kind of thing. But I definitely did add sweetener to this because I wanted it super, like really like sweet. So
It looks good. I like it that you went graham cracker heavy.
yeah, it came out really good. I enjoy it.
I like your thinking. Oh, any other questions for Emily and her mix? No, nobody else gonna ask her no questions or tell her how good it looks? No.
I'm
Okay.
impressed that she was able to get what she was going for with 4 flavors, but of course she did. Of course she did.
4, 3, 2, 1. Emily.
Yeah.
I tried a 4, 3, 2, 1. It didn't work.
I wish
So I ended
could
up
say
with
that
4,
I did-
3, 2, 1, 0.5, 0.75, 0.1, 0.25. No, just kidding.
Like
I
I
wish
was
I could
sitting
say
here.
it was by design, and I was, I'm just that good at being awesome with it being
Ooh.
so simple and straightforward.
Oh,
But
okay.
it totally was an accident. I just realized today as I was typing it into all the flavors, and like, hey, this is a 4, 3, 2, 1. That's cool.
Yeah, like this is what I pulled down yesterday, and I was like, nope, can't use all of that. Nope, I refuse to verify.
It had only been 2 extras.
No.
I didn't quite verify mine.
Well, let's see what you got.
Well, I had a disaster, but it's a delicious disaster. So I was going for, and it's in my notes now. I was going for a buttery rich cupcake with lots of frosting and cinnamon graham crackers on top. What I ended up with was a frosted cinnamon graham cracker cupcake. After a couple days deep. So I went old school. I totally did. I used vanilla cupcake from TFA at 3% and vanilla cupcake from Capella at 2%. That combination makes a really sweet frosting cupcake type deal. I added biscuit to add a little bit of a butter note to it, and in a Wera biscuit, and I added buttercream to thicken up the frosting and make it a buttercream type frosting. And then I went with the Capella cinnamon Danish swirl because I prefer the graham crackers, the little graham crackers to be cinnamony, and it was delicious. It really came out good. And I figured, we're getting close to this fall season, so I figured we'd start it off. But I didn't end up with a buttery cupcake. I ended up with a cinnamon graham cracker cake in the middle. So a very fallish type cake with a lot of frosting. So mine just came out a lot of cinnamon came through it, but that's for me because I'm super sensitive to it.
That looks really good. I forgot that using Inware biscuit with graham cracker is like the move. Like it's so good because it just darkens it up a touch, and it's a good combination.
The one thing that I added here that was kind of like a left field ball was that buttercream from Capella. But I knew that would help the frosting. And in the end, after my steep time, which I have it down for 7 days, but I actually tested it at 5. And at 5 days, it's there. It's good enough. But I just don't know that it actually went to the frosting or if it added to the cake. I just feel like I got a graham cracker cupcake with frosting on top.
Then that's a win. I don't know what it is about graham cracker. Like when I ate them in real life, like I was kind of give or take them. They were all right, but like it's one of my favorite kinds of flavors to vape. Have you ever? I don't know if any of you guys have ever done this, but I was a fat kid, but just taking like cream cheese frosting and like put it on graham crackers and ate them.
I eat graham crackers is my only cookie. That's my guilty pleasure, but I eat it with peanut butter. I can eat graham crackers with
cream cheese frosting. I swear it's delicious, and I want to vape that. So if any of you out there have a graham cracker with cream cheese frosting vape, let me know because I want it so bad.
It would ruin your coils so fast. It's not even fun.
There's wasn't there like those little snacks that were like the little sticks of graham crackers with the frosting?
Yes.
My kryptonite though was to buy the graham crackers and to break them up and put them in a bowl of just like a little bowl and then filling it with milk.
Like it was cereal.
I have heard of that before.
I've done that so many times.
And that's actually what I do with my peanut butter graham cracker. I'd take 2 graham crackers, put peanut butter in the middle, and then dip it into milk and get it that mushy.
I don't dip. I just fill the bowl with milk and then I get to the spoon.
With peanut butter, right?
I've never done it with the peanut butter.
That sounds good with the peanut
butter. It does. I might have to try this at some point.
I like the peanut butter and grams as well.
I've never done that, but it sounds really good.
I like this week. It's definitely given me quite a few ideas that I didn't expect to. Like normally when we do something, I'm like, how can I try to do something I've already done but not do it the same? But this week was definitely, hey, step out of the box, rip it up, throw it away, make a new box.
Yeah. And me, I was sure I was going to get a good result. And I did. It just didn't come out with what I had in my head either. So I guess what's in here and what's on the vape are 2 totally different things.
Apparently fluff and cupcakes just something we're going to have to keep trying to figure out. So I guess we can keep submitting those pictures.
I think it was the graham crackers, that the little graham crackers on top that made me want graham cracker in it, but then it's such a fine balance,
Yeah. Well, and what I find too is it's kind of a fine balance also between the cupcake and the frosting, because if you add too much like the marshmallow and the frosting, it could drown out and you could lose that cakiness.
Yeah, then you just go to like a creamy milk or super thick cream. So I totally get that.
Yeah, so it's tough to balance all of those out. I think we all did a really good job. These all look really good. And it must be a popular profile.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how many people played along this week?
We have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. 6 people play along. As soon as I mute, she stops whining. Sorry, guys. That's my dog. She decides she wants to be bored right now and whine.
Mine's in prison at the moment.
As soon as I
mine's whining too. She's got a hurt paw, and I don't know what's wrong with it. And I tried putting socks on her yesterday to try to keep her
how'd that go?
From hurting, and that just irritated her, and she was just ill at me. So she's whining in there.
All right, so let's get on to our play-alongs. First up is Jeannie Sims. She did a marshmallow cupcake, MIXINVIXENS with 1.25% FA cookie, 1% Wonder Flavors marshmallow gooey, 1.5% one-on-one marshmallow vanilla, and 3% of the Flavor West vanilla cupcake. that is a flavor I haven't used in a really long time. I've forgotten about. Flavor West vanilla cupcake is really good too, and probably would have worked just as well, if not maybe a little bit better than my birthday cake in my recipe. So another really simple yet delicious looking recipe, Jeannie.
I like it. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty pretty balanced. Do you guys want me to do the next one?
Well, I mean, we have just the right amount for me to land on Sam. So you get to read the next one, and then Ren gets to read the next one, and then I get to read Sam. So this is how it's going.
All right.
I thought you were done with reading Sam's because he didn't use funky percentages.
Right. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and there's not funky percentages, and it's pissing me off, but yeah, I'm still on it.
Give me 1 second. I think I'm clicking on the wrong link, because it's coming up when I click on Nuggies. Okay, got it. I was like, why is it coming up blackberry smoothie? I see what happened. I'm sorry. Let me get that one. It is coming right up. So I got Teddy's and Cupcake. Oh, I like the name. She used biscuit from Jungle Flavors at 0.75, fluffy white cake from Wonder Flavors at 1%, s'mores cupcake from Wonder Flavors at 1.75, Soho FA at 0.5, sugar cub real flavors at 2%, vanilla cupcake from Flavor West at 2.5, and sweetener at 1%. So Nuggie used a different version of biscuit and that Flavor West cupcake again. Gosh, I haven't used it in forever. I'm gonna have to throw that in something. And I've never had the real flavor sugar cubs.
These
but
recipes are making me want to use it.
But that Soho is magical in here. I bet it adds some really nice nutty notes.
You know, it's what it's probably doing is what it did for my cranberry orange muffin, is adding like that kind of crispy, straight from the oven, like kind of burnt edges, not burnt, but you know, like the warmer edges of the muffin. And as soon as I saw this picture, I immediately thought of s'mores cupcake by Wonder Flavors, because that's a great flavor that has a really good gram note in it too. I've never had sugar cup by Real Flavors though. What's that like? Has any of you guys tried it?
I haven't.
Nope.
Well, Noogie, if you're in the chat, please tell us more about sugar cub.
We're getting schooled. The MIXINVIXENS are getting schooled.
That's right.
I avoid Real Flavors because I just have had bad experiences with them overall. They either discontinue or there's like 5 versions of them.
I remember when I first became when we first started doing the show, Rin sent me a package full of Real Flavors. She was like, "Here, I don't use any of these." I was like, "Thanks."
You're welcome. Anytime.
I think I've used them once to single flavor test them.
I love some of my Real Flavors, but then again, I bought very selectively.
I love their sugar cookie. It's just I don't want to fall in love with the flavor that I can barely get.
Some of them are pretty darn good, but then most of them are like, they have a hint of a really good flavor, but then they just fall flat. You know, like the top end is really flavorful and really like it's going to be a great flavor, and then it just falls flat, and they're just too thin, you know. But there are a couple that are really, really good. Like Rin said, the sugar cookie is phenomenal. All right, Rin, you want to read the next one?
Is that Joni?
Yeah.
So she did Cupcake Blue, 1% VSO blueberry, 2% TFA cheesecake with graham crust, 2% Wonder Flavors fluffy white cake, 1% Flavora frosting, 2% golden sponge cake 101, 0.25% huckleberry VSO super sweet Capella 0.5%, sweet cream vape train 1%.
I was looking oh, sweet cream. What another great idea. But I was looking at this earlier today, this recipe, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, there's blue in the picture, like the icing has blue. I'm like, so that would totally fit making it blue, have a blueberry flavor to it.
Do you think
but this
cream,
looks really good.
do you think the sweet cream with the marshmallow might give that fluffy?
Yeah, I'm thinking it might, because it's a very fluffy, sweet
Feeling.
flavor, like the inside filling of a Twinkie, and I think that's a great idea, Joan.
Damn it. I have so many ideas now to work on a fluff.
When you get done with this show, you're gonna go experiment. I can see now.
If we need to rerun this week.
No.
Maybe down the road, get another profile that's similar with a fluff in it, and then we can all go
By
again.
then we'll forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some pictures out there that have the frosting cupcakes somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there are.
And then next time we still just let the ball drop, and then we're just like, fuck!
Yeah, we'll forget all over again. Like, oh dang it.
Yeah, we'll forget.
All right. So I guess the next one is Lumi.
It's Overindulgence by I Am Sam. This shitty basic bitch percentages. We got chocolate chunks wonder flavors 1.70, cookie flavora 1.30, marshmallow beryllium 4%, simply cake beryllium 4%, sweetener sucralose flavor west 1%, and vanilla swirl TPA 1.6%. I was eyeing that vanilla swirl by TPA. I kind of hate you for using that. That's another one I should have pondered. Son of a
Actually,
bitch.
I looked at that as well in place of the sweet, which one was it that I used? Shoot, I forgot. Because I looked at sweet cream and also. Let me look at my recipe real quick. Instead of the buttercream, I looked at the vanilla swirl as well. And then I decided, dang, that's going to be too vanilla-y with all the vanilla cupcake.
I'm thinking now, like, oh, maybe I should have used vanilla swirl instead of vanilla cupcake.
I ended up going with that vanilla thick by Wonder Flavors because it's a newer one. So I was like, I want to give you a chance. Like, I also almost went with Flavor West yellow cake, but I was like, I want to try to use some of my newer favorites.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, right?
Because I go back and I see like all those flavors I bought 2 years ago, and they're so much darker, and I'm just like,
they're gonna be so delicious.
They're gonna be so delicious, and they're gonna kill my coils. Well, they're not gonna kill my coils, but I'll have to clean them more often, and I don't like cleaning my coils.
It's worth it for that flavor.
Maybe.
All right. So next up we have Chris Rogers. He on ELR is Lakeside C, and he did Gooey Teddy. At 0.7% Jungle Flavors Biscuit, 1.65% Wonder Flavors Fluffy White Cake, 1.5% Capella Graham Cracker, 1% Wonder Flavors Marshmallow Gooey, 1.65% Flavora Marshmallow Vanilla, 1.3% Capella New York Cheesecake, and then 3% Purellum Simply Cake.
I'm loving these Beryllium flavors lately. Beryllium.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all that had happened was Bull City got them in, and that's it. We're on the Purellum.
Once Bull City got them in, I've noticed they popped up a lot more, which I'm happy with.
Yeah, the Simply Cake is really good. It's like it's pretty similar to yellow cake. It's not obviously quite as sugary or rich, but it's very similar profile to Flavor West yellow cake. But I bet with the marshmallow gooey and the Flavora marshmallow vanilla, that you nailed that like fluffy, marshmallow type kind of frosting. Yeah, this looks good as well. A fluffy white cake with the biscuit and the Capella graham cracker. Awesome.
I love how some of our names just are basically something Teddy.
Yep.
We're so great at naming recipes, guys.
Right?
I just named mine graham cracker cupcake.
I just said cupcake.
I think I put in Teddy cake.
All right. Jennifer, you want to read the last one, I think?
Sure. Darcy, right?
Darcy.
I will get Darcy going. She did cookie from Flavora at 1%. Marshmallow, vanilla marshmallows from Oh, and that's a really good marshmallow. Vanilla cupcake, TFA, and white chocolate TFA. Oh my God, this has got to be so good.
White chocolate. God damn it.
That's another good idea, Darcy.
That was a good idea.
There's too many fluff options now.
Yeah. Now
I'm gonna let somebody else figure out how to do it.
Yeah, I like that. White chocolate by TFA. Because I'm trying to think though, I'm wondering if that would be like too sharp of a flavor to get in the way of everything else.
I don't know. That vanilla cupcake's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about on your recipe?
The on hers, the 3% white TFA white chocolate. If that was the best white chocolate to use is TFA, because isn't it? If I remember correctly, doesn't it have a pretty kind of sharp cocoa bean type flavor?
Yeah, I think so.
But something like Love or even White Fudge by Wonder Flavors I can see working really well in something like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, this looks good. Very cool.
Very cool.
And that's
like
it.
it.
That's everyone that played along. Yay.
Yay.
That was fun. This was such a fun profile. I really enjoyed this.
It definitely pushed us.
Yeah, I think those graham crackers on top definitely was like something that made you have to think, what do I do with this?
Well, the graham cracker, I was instantly like, you're not touching my Flavor graham cracker. It's something I will always buy. Like if I start to run low on it, I will probably buy a 60 ml of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and for me, the graham cracker and the cinnamon was something that I debated on, but usually at this time of the year, I haven't baked hardly any cinnamon, so I'm able to experiment with it a little bit. But I wasn't expecting, basically what I ended up with was like a spice cake with frosting on it. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but I guess the amount of graham cracker
too, though.
Huh?
I said that sounds good too, though.
But the amount of graham cracker I use is what caused it. And then I use cinnamon Danish swirl. But I mean, it's good to me. It's not something I'd be able to vape. It is heavy, so I won't be able to vape it long, but it is something that is good for, something different here in between,
What's that commercial liquid that had graham crackers in it that everyone was trying to clone for a while?
Wasn't it Teddy Grahams or something like that?
It almost looked like they were actually like using that graham cracker cereal, like the actual bottle. It looked like the graham cracker cereal. I remember it. I just don't remember the name.
Duchess or
I don't know, but I know that it was definitely Capella's cinnamon Danish swirl in it, and anything you make with vanilla Capella cinnamon Danish swirl pretty much gets close enough to that commercial liquid.
Yeah, I just know that I enjoyed mixing up everyone's attempts at the clones. I've never had the real commercial juice, but being a graham cracker lover, I was like all over all these recipes.
Yeah. I think that's when I developed my sensitivity to cinnamon, because I did that for a while. And after I did that, it was over. I just vaped it too long.
Being a graham cracker lover sucks because every time I go to the grocery store and I walk by them, I want the original ones, I want the cinnamon sugar ones, and I want the chocolate ones. And Nick will never let me get all three at once. So then I have to pick one. And then
no, you can have all three at once if you want to.
Don't let me get all three. So then I have to pick one.
I couldn't do it. I always buy a box of regular graham crackers and a box of cinnamon graham crackers.
Yeah.
I do both.
I try to get all three of them in there, but I get a look and then I'm just like, okay.
I don't like the chocolate ones, so that's not a problem.
I like them on occasion.
I'm one of those crazy women that, don't bring me chocolate and flowers, bring me just flowers and cake. Cheesecake at that.
I'll take flowers and a fruit, like a fruit flower bouquet.
That's good too. I love fruit.
Just give me a fruit flower bouquet and I'm happy.
My wife's not really like a flower person. I mean, she appreciates them and she enjoys them, but like that's not like her go-to thing. So, one gift giving holiday, I don't remember if it was like Valentine's Day or our anniversary or something, but I went to the grocery store and I had the deli make a bouquet of meat and cheese, like an edible bouquet.
Heck yeah, that sounds delicious to me.
Yeah, and she enjoyed the crap out of it. All right, so next week Rin picked this one, which was submitted by Nana Tori, and it looks like a Dairy Queen slush, or one of those, not just a slush, but what do they call them, breezers? Misties.
Yeah,
it's like half ice cream, half slush. It looks really good, and it's lime, and I think it's gonna be bomb.
Well, I mean, I don't see lime right there. I see blue. Apple. That's clearly blue. I'm going with the blue.
It's not blue. Now you're just stretching.
Well, I have to because I can't do lime. So I'm going with blue.
Well, you can do green apple.
I mean, it could be kiwi.
I'm doing
watermelon.
Blue. I'm doing blue.
It could be kiwi.
Yeah,
nope, it's blue.
It could be watermelon.
Nope,
it
could
blue. Be cantaloupe.
I already know what I'm doing, and
always,
it's blue.
Honeydew.
Lumi not playing along.
What do you mean? I'm playing along. I'm still gonna do a slushy kind of freezy thing. I'm just pretending that's blue.
Okay. All right. Well, this will be fun. I've actually, one of my first recipes on all the flavors is a lime slush. So I may revisit that and then kind of tweak it to make it a misty or whatever it's called, to add the ice cream in it and see if I can get some creamy, rich deliciousness out of it and not lose the like slush feel, right? So this will be
honeydew. Ooh, oh gosh, this thing looks delicious now that I'm thinking all the.
Oh, Steve is in here and he says it's cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe. Yeah, I didn't mean cantaloupe. I meant honeydew. Sorry, guys. Cantaloupe is orange.
Yeah.
I already have my mind set on what I'm doing. It's blue.
All right. All right, guys. This was a fun show. Thank you so much to our friends at Bull City and Flavora. Wayne, thank you for putting us on your podcast network. Really appreciate it. If you like what we do and you want to support us in a fun, tasty way, head on over to DIYFlavorChaser.com and check out our one-shots. Or those same ones are also available at chefsflavors.co.uk, chefsflavors.co.uk under the Mixin Vixens, the same one-shots. If you want to help us out, we would really appreciate it.
I actually have two of them under the E-juiceFairy. I don't know why they're not in the Vixen group, but they're under the E-juiceFairy there and
at Chefs or DIY Flavors?
At Chefs.
Okay. At Chefs. All right. Well, there you go, guys. Help us out. We would love it. If not, we love you anyway. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you